2013 and June 2014, as the system was not...
The audit queries the Tharaka Nithi governor is supposed to respond to runs to 51 pages. Several questions, however, stood out. Why, for instance, had the county paid out vouchers in the name of the Chief Officer for Health? The county denies that the money, 111 million shillings, meant for construction of hospitals, had allegedly ended up in a private account.
The only mistake which was done is that the Chief Officer, who was then Kibala Rucha, the voucher was written under his name. But the account where the money was transferred to were the two hospital accounts. So there is no money which was actually transferred in his account.
The county, however, insists that once the money had entered the accounts of the two hospitals in Tharaka Nithi County, some of it was used to pay salaries and the rest was paid out to several contractors.
So it was done in good faith. It was done to assist the patients. It was done for the betterment of the people of Tharaka Nithi County.
The committee, however, wondered why and how the governor had directed the money meant for development for other uses.
You don't have that power under the law. Could you table, so that we forgive you for making that mistake, the authorities that you consulted, which will include minutes of your CEC, County Executive Committee sitting, that allowed you to borrow from development to recurrent to pay those salaries. Secondly, approval from the County Assembly.
We met as a committee and we agreed we can borrow this money and then return it. And later actually we returned, because this was an internal kind of borrowing from one department to another.
Trouble is, of the 111 million shillings, the auditors received evidence of only how 38 million shillings had been spent. Ragwa insists that the rest of the evidence is available and should have been with the committee.
You will be given 2 days within which to furnish the auditors with all the necessary documents. Otherwise, you are likely to be surcharged with 72,600,000 shillings of the money of the county of Tharaka Nithi.
The second matter was how the county spent more than 1.2 billion shillings in the first financial year of its existence without proper financial reporting systems. The governor blames this on lack of capacity and training of his officers and say some of the systems such as IFMIS were not there when he came into office.
There is no vacuum whereby you would argue that between that time when the systems were not working and when they are working, that funds that could amount to millions of shillings cannot be accounted for. Whether it's going to be accounted for with vouchers, with ledgers, with whatever, but that money must be accounted for.
The governor was also hard pressed to explain why he had not availed the original financial statements and records to the Auditor General, drawing concerns that some of the evidence he had tabled may not be authentic.
Is it your position that you have been manufacturing vouchers and other forms of documents?
We don't manufacture vouchers, and we have the vouchers here. In fact, I'm surprised that these documents are not with the auditors, because as far as I'm concerned, and where I'm seated, is the documents were provided.
The voluminous audit queries will no doubt take time to complete. The Senate committee, however, insists that it will not give the governor any more time to give responses or evidence to queries that he had been asked before. Andrew Ochieng, NTV.